What's up everybody, this is Cosmogustin. Welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Mana. In the last part, we went on a couple quests, so we met one of the Sezin Wisdoms, Gaius, who told us that there was a tree that will be growing here, and he will be helping us with many things. In actuality, he's only going to be helping us with one thing. But first, we have all these lullabugs in the way, and we need to mow them down. And what better way to mow something down than with a two-handed axe? I can't imagine in the real world that would be very efficient. Imagine just, picking off daffodils. Not daffodils. Those aren't weeds. Dandelions with a two-handed axe. Just go out. Next time you're doing some yard work or something, just instead purchase a two-handed axe and just have at it. Yeah, let's see if we can cut all three of these guys down in one fatal strike. Probably not. I guarantee you one of them's going to survive. Nope. And I get 3 seeds, which is actually a good thing because I've had a failed recording of this and I realized I didn't have enough seeds. But now with the earth shaking and the awesome music I had mentioned earlier, finally here we meet this guy. Oh, I feel it. The mana energy is flowing into me. Is it you who brought me the blessing of mana? Thank you, young one. So this guy's name is Trent. What other name are you going to give a tree? And you can give him seeds that you have picked up from various plant enemies, and give them to him. You give him them 2 at a time, every single time, and he can store up to 4 seeds at once. And he can only accept 2 seeds, so if you try to give him 1 seed, say you only have 3 seeds, which is unlikely any other point in the game other than the start of the game, because you're going to be fighting enemies a lot, and if you run out of seeds, it's likely due to the fact that you're selling them, which I don't personally recommend, because farming is kind of fun. But you give them seeds, and after a certain amount of time, they'll grow into fruit, and you can use those fruits or vegetables for feeding your pets, or acquiring new pets, or modifying your weapons, which we'll get into when that option becomes available to us. So, we're going to give that quest some time, and in the meantime, we will start another quest involving everybody's favorite, the dancing monkey and the musician. So if you go over here and talk to this guy, he will realize that he's forgotten something, stop his awesome music, and walk off, leaving the juggling monkey wondering what's going on. But not for too long, because he is now back to juggling. He's juggling to the beat of his own, I'm not even sure what instrument he plays. Now if you follow him over here, you notice you don't see anything. Even the pelican is gone. I've never actually tried to go into any of these houses. I figure I might as well give it a shot now, and as I suspected, none of them are actually openable. But if you go back over this way, you will find that your path is being blocked. And try as you might, you cannot get past him until you are forced to engage in conversation. It is an antisocial person's worst nightmare. Did you see Diddle? He always does this to me. My juggling won't be the same without his tune. And yet you juggle anyway. So we're going to beat this guy in the race that I just made up on the spot over to here. And we'll check this in, see if any developments happened. Nothing. Wonder where Diddle went. Let's see if the Sproutling knows anything. Sproutling, do you know anything? I saw a bird carry something into the air. If you want to know about the bird, ask the bird. Now, where have we seen a bird? There's the pelican, but she is gone. Oh, yeah, we just saw one in here. Let's see if she knows anything. Oh, I get it. You suspect because a Sproutling told me that a bird took your friend. Well, we're not suspecting you to be the kidnapper. What do you mean you can't fly? Can't all birds fly? I forgot you were... Oh, yeah, that's right. Chickens can't fly. I'm pretty sure canaries can fly. I mean... Tweety was a canary, right? The bird that's getting eaten all the time. And he could fly. Or maybe he could glide. There's a thing in video games about not understanding the difference between flying and gliding. So it's possible that, you know, Canary Mary over there can glide for a while, but can't actually fly. So if you come back over here to where the pelican should be, you will find Capella, the monkey, and you will discuss what may have happened to Diddle. Undelivered mail! Undelivered mail! Huh? And he gets taken off. Ah! Let me go! I'm not male. Are you female? Ha! Ha! Oh. Please don't interrupt my work. Let me go! Diddle's letter. So apparently the rule for mail in this game is that as long as it's got a stamp attached to it, it will immediately get picked up and taken wherever. I don't even think he had an address on his shirt anywhere, or like in his pocket or something. You never know. So let's figure out where he went. That letter is a mistake. Whoopsity take. Took that letter to the highway right away. So I guess we're going to the highway to save the incompetent boob that put a stamp on his forehead and was magically whisked away as if he was some sort of letter or number or 8-digit base code of the universe composed of zeros and ones. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But we need to head over to the highway right away because that letter was a mistake. And I'm sure we'll meet up with someone somewhere. Oh, I'm exhausted. The nice part about waking up at 6:30 in the morning is I have been up for 4 hours and I still have a shitload of my day left. The unfortunate part is I'm also incredibly tired. So if you take Boink, travel by Boink, you find this mysterious letter that Diddle needs to... No, not Diddle, Capella needs to inform us is a letter. He's going to look around suspiciously and say that nobody's watching. And so we're just going to watch him because apparently he needs an audience to read his letter. Now the thing about Diddle is that his text box, or his text, shows up kind of one word at a time. So I always imagined him to sort of have the voice of the kid from Malcolm in the Middle. I don't know how many of you know what I'm talking about, but the kid in the wheelchair who talks with a breath between each word, and it's probably annoying, but honestly I find it a little endearing because he's kind of an adorable little character who doesn't exactly know what he wants in the world, so he's always trying to figure it out, and he's constantly unhappy. And these two monsters right here are, I believe, yeah, Chobin Hoods. They are, as you can see, they explode into a ridiculous amount of experience. And early on, this is a pretty good grinding spot, and I think what I might actually end up doing is grinding a little bit off screen to get some of my levels up and unlock some of the abilities, because it's not terribly exciting when you only have one special technique, and I did commit to making or getting all the abilities before I start unlocking any special techniques. So I might do that off screen, and if I do, I will make note of the ones that I've learned and how to get them so that you can learn them and get them yourself. Uh-oh, confrontation. And he's going to try to lie, because lying is how you avoid conflict in this world. But we know what's up, so we're going to cause a conflict, and Diddle's going to run off. And we're going to run off after them. Into the caves of Robin Hood, where we will fight Robin Hoods after opening treasure chests, probably filled with nothing important. If I could get around the walls. And we get a poison fang. That actually might be useful. Not gonna lie. But not till later. Sorry, I just deflated a little bit. I almost lost my train of thought, which seems to be a running thing that keeps happening to me. It's really bizarre and slightly tingly. But these shell enemies are dendens. I've never actually known some of the names of enemies. I just refer to them by what they are, and I probably will, but I'll try to keep... I am getting destroyed. I'll try to keep bringing up names so that you know the official names, because I know some people are into that sort of thing. Jesus! I didn't realize I was so low of health. I'm getting... Oh, and I missed 2 experience, which is actually 8 experience given the multiplier. But I leveled up, and now I'm back to full health, so it doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to avoid copyright infringement, so I'm going to stop. And so we carry on this way to this path. Find Capella. Man, I lost him, and there's a monster over there. What am I supposed to do now? I guess nothing but run around and juggle, because I obviously have to be the one to go fight the monster and pick up the treasure chest. And this particular area right here, if you ever come back after defeating the boss, you can find eggs here. Generally, the rule of thumb is if you fought a boss in an area, when you come back later, the area will be infested with eggs. And they're not always going to be there. If you zone in and you don't hear the music playing that indicates an egg is present, you can just zone out and then zone back in. And it's not always going to be the case that if you fought a boss there, there's going to be an egg there or something else. But it's a general rule of thumb. And as you can see, I am wailing on this guy. His name is Gigarex. And he's actually pretty tough. He moves very slowly. And he's pretty easy to combo. But he also hits like a truck. And he doesn't have any arms. And I kind of feel bad for him. I feel like arms are important. You make fun of T-Rexes for having stumpy arms. And I'm assuming you make fun of this guy because he doesn't even have arms. How does something even exist without arms? I mean, just think about, evolutionarily speaking, if you're into that sort of thing, I feel like arms would be important, but I guess they're not for everybody. Of course, I'm also speaking in a fantasy world, so the directors and art team can do whatever the hell they want with their characters. But it was pretty easy. I didn't even take a hit. I probably should have let that drag on a little bit longer and pretended like I was going to die so that it would be more interesting. Hey, how was it? Did you find Diddle? Oh. Huh? I love that. I adore this tune. It's just so upbeat. And it always puts you in a good mood, or at least it always puts me in a good mood. I'm not so sure about you. Maybe it puts you in a bad mood because you find it annoying that it's so upbeat. Who knows? You're always mad. I'm not gonna lie to you, neither of these two look like they could ever be mad for very long. I mean, if you live your entire life as a juggling monkey, I don't think you can really be mad at anything. And if you live your life as a character who talks like the kid from Malcolm in the Middle and plays a happy tune the entire time, I can't picture someone being mad about that. But anyway, we completed the quest, and our reward was a gator skin, which is silly because we didn't even fight any gators, and I'm pretty sure there aren't even any gators in this game. But you do want to keep on to that gator skin, because that's English. You want to hold on to that gator skin. It will become important for a side quest, a very small, short quest. It can turn long if you don't hang on to the gator skin, so word of wisdom. Word of wisdom being, hang on to the gator skin at all costs. Protect it with your life. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. But we finished the quest, so we're going to talk to our little cactus. Welcome home. Aw, thanks, little buddy. And we're going to let him write in his leaf. His leaf. His leaf, Erickson. And with that, I think I'm going to call it an episode. In the next one, I promise I'm going to unlock a new new land for us to explore, and do some quests in, and it will be fun, and we'll get some new upgrades and some new armor and meet some new people, and it will be interesting and fantastic, and I guarantee you're going to love it. So, I've been Kesmagustin. If you like this part, please hit like, and if you really like it, or you really just want to keep watching me make a fool of myself, I recommend hitting the subscribe button. And if you have any comments or questions or concerns or anything like that, I am happy to hear them, and I'll probably respond to them, or just ignore them and laugh at you and your futile efforts of contacting me. But I'll save that for the next one, or I'll save that for if you do that, and I'll see you in the next one.